Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I got my little headphones in because life is going on around me right now. I just got back from class. In today's video, I'm gonna be ranting about the nursing shortage and why nursing school is a part of it. So if you do not know, I am a current nursing student, and just a disclaimer, I am a nursing student and I hate it. I hate nursing school. Okay, I'm happy for the opportunity I have to go to school and learn and stuff and be a nurse, but I hate school. I hate nursing school. I actually made a video talking about some pros and cons of it and of nursing school and why I hate it. But today I'm kind of focusing more on why there's a shortage in and why the nursing school education is a part of that shortage. Okay, so let's talk about why I hate school and why the shortage starts with the schooling. It doesn't just start with you become a nurse and you just quitting and leaving the hospital and going to all these different places. No, it starts at the educational level. For one, the schools are super expensive. So if you don't have the money or resources to go to the school, you can't go. And so what happens is that excludes a bunch of people, that throws them out. You know, it's not necessarily open for everybody because if you don't have the money for it, if you don't qualify for financial aid or whatever, you don't have enough financial aid to pay for it, then you just can't go, right? So that excludes a bunch of people right there. Another thing is the requirements. Some of the requirements that they have to get into the nursing schools are kind of ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous because those requirements, some of the things like the test scores or whatever, that is not an indicator that you're going to be a good nurse because you made this test score so now you can get into the school or get into the nursing school. That does not mean that you're going to be a good nurse. So I think some of these requirements to get into the school, it's ridiculous. And so if people aren't meeting those, they don't qualify. That's another set of group people that cannot go. If you do not have the flexibility in your scheduling to go. Today I was in class, got an email. We have something that we have to come to tomorrow, and tomorrow I work. So, I have the choice to either skip it, which maybe puts me at a disadvantage because that's something that I could learn from, or I can, leave work early, which I'm like, I don't want to have to do that because I need my money to pay my bills and to pay for school. So it's kind of like that flexibility, that give and take. And a lot of times the instructors, they don't care about your schedule. They scheduling stuff on the whim. You might learn about, they send you an email in the morning for something that has to be done that evening. So if you had a schedule or work, whatever, that could totally turn your stuff around. So if you don't have the flexibility to do that, that puts you out. And, people typically who have like obligations, if you have to work to pay bills, you know what I'm saying? Like if you have kids you got to take care of, you got a spouse that you have to tend to, if you take care of your parents, if everything is on you and you have to work to pay your bills, nursing school doesn't care about any of that. They don't care about any of that. They'll change your schedule around and you have to accommodate what the school is putting on you, which is it's not realistic and it's not accommodating to a lot of students. So that puts a lot of people out. That's another category. That's why you don't necessarily see a bunch of parents and people who are having to work and stuff like that or have all these responsibilities and obligations. You don't necessarily see a big diverse group of those individuals like in the nursing school programs because it's not flexible for them. If I had millions and billions of dollars, I would create my own nursing school, and it would be affordable. It would have high quality education, and it will also be flexible to meet the needs of all of the students that are coming. To accommodate the needs. What are some ways that these nursing schools could accommodate the needs? Okay, let us pick. Let us have multiple options to pick when we have clinicals. Or even lecture. Let us be able to do more stuff online. Don't just pop stuff up on us and expect us to change our life around because you came up with something. You're like, hey, this is going to help you with your schooling. No, it doesn't. Don't pop stuff up on us. We don't need that. Let it be planned at the beginning of the semester. Give us a plan or a schedule, a couple weeks, even a month before semester, and let us just stick with that. Don't add nothing to it. Okay. And what happens is all these different things when you have all these main things that are coming into play is contributing to the nursing shortage. Like I was just thinking in class today, I'm like, the nursing shortage, thinking about how inconvenient nursing school is, how expensive it is, how it's so exclusionary, it's not necessarily an opportunity open for everybody. If you don't have the resources for it, you can't do it. If your schedule isn't flexible enough to do it, then, you can't do it. If you haven't met the requirements to get in, no, you can't do it. So it's exclusionary to this certain list. You meet this certain list and this certain criteria, then you can get in there and do the schooling. But even if something happens along the way, there's not much hope for you. Like something happens and you can't afford it, the school don't have nothing for you. You have to figure those things out on your own. So it's like the set list of requirements to get in, and then you still have to maintain a certain set list of requirements to stay in. And that is why I think one of the major reasons, I'm pretty sure they have more reasons, but is the nursing school, like the education program of it. And that's not just my school, because I go to a private institution. Super expensive, doesn't recommend it. Don't go to private. Go to public college. Go to a state college. The education is the same. When you finish school and you take care of patients, they're not going to be wondering what school you go to. They're going to wonder if you could take care of them, right? If you made 100 on the test or you made the bare minimum to pass, your patients are not going to be like, what you made on that test. They're going to want to make sure that you know how to take care of them. And I think if nursing school, the facility, the foundation as a whole changed the dynamics, you might have more nurses, people going into the nursing field and graduating as nurses and working in the nursing field. But I don't know, unless these nursing organizations and associations don't like address the issues that are going on in the education system of nurses, they're going to always have a shortage, because that's the foundational right there. The nurses getting education to actually go out and be nurses, okay? If that part is not fixed, they're going to always have a shortage. And then I think, too, on the hospital front, they need to offer more kind of like work on the floor and train as a nurse while you're getting your schooling. That would draw more nurses, too. I don't think the hospitals, I don't know if they care that they have a shortage. I don't think they care. They just reach out and they're, getting contract nurses, whatever works for them. But if they really cared and they wanted to have more full-time, workers and nurses, they need to put programs in place where, they can get individuals who want to be nurses, train them while they're working on the floor, and, providing that training at a decreased price, or even, the student commits to working to their facility for however much time while the hospital pays for it. That would attract and build more nurses as well, and, kind of keep them in-house. But, I don't think they care, because it's not addressed, it's not talked about in the hospitals. It's just kind of like everybody's running with a skeleton crew, and that's the norm. The hospital don't say nothing about it. The nursing associations and all that stuff don't say anything about the education programming and how that's a factor when it comes to like the nursing shortage. They just don't. And I'm making this video because I'm venting about it, and it kind of bothers me a little bit. But and hopefully it just kind of builds traction and get people talking about the nursing shortage, and then some tips of how to make it better. So I guess, and college in general is a business. They're looking out for themselves, and nursing school is the same thing. It is a business. It's a college institution. They're looking out for themselves. So yeah, they're going to increase their tuition for their students if it's going to benefit them, because they're a business. They're going to pop up random things in there that you have to do as part of your curriculum, or add extra classes, because it's a business. And at the end of the day, they're not really changing it for you. They want you to change or move around to make it flexible for them, so it's inconvenient for you. And that's why I hate school. I hate nursing school. I'm glad for the opportunity, but I hate it, and it's my event. So my tips would be to do not go to a private school. If you're in nursing school or any education field, I can speak for nursing or just kind of like general education classes. If you're a doctor or something like that, that's different. But nursing or kind of general education classes, or careers and fields, don't go to no private institution. Even if you're a doctor, don't go to no private institution. They charge too much, and the same education you get there is the same you'll get at a public or state college for a more affordable rate. So don't go to a private institution. Go to a place that has quality education for that's the most quality education that is the least expensive. So you can, and that way you'll get the most bang for your buck. Okay. Yes. Those are my tips and my venting for today. So I don't know, let it be an eye opener or something to think about, to talk about, to ponder. You know, even as you are in nursing school, graduating, working in the hospitals, or even as a patient, you're in there like, dang, why so short staffed in here, you know? The nursing education system is part of the problem. It starts there. And then it kind of goes up. Hospital policies, bureaucracy, all that stuff like that. So, I don't know, just give you something to think about. Well, peace and have a blessed day. Drop some comments below. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe if you like this random video. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.